Hello, I am Feedback Gaming, and I play games in unconventional ways. That's right, I'm British and I'm playing as Argentina, the most forbidden sin. But to top that off, I'm going to be playing as one of the controversial, most influential leaders of Argentina. Juan Peron was a military leader that became president of Argentina, then was fired into exile, then came back, then died. And his impact on Argentina is still felt as of today. And I thought, why not go down an alternate history route where I play historical Argentina, but Peron got into power early, significantly early, like the 1930s. What would the impact be? That's a good question. And of course, I'm going to show you the most optimal way of playing Argentina. To begin with, we are going to go down the historical path. Is this the historical? I was actually right. This is actually the historical path. So on the new focus trees, you have this button here that tells you what is the historical path. In this case, it's this path. The path I'm going to show you as well is going to show you a way of stacking a crazy amount of political power. Almost 4 political power per day. It's pretty insane. Anyway, we're going to go with this president, this guy, for a little while until we replace him with someone else, and then replace him with someone else. And I think we go for a third where we replace him with someone else again. Go for the 3-hit combo. Anyway, machine tools to work on our economy and industry, and construction to work on our industry. Yeah, you get the idea. Is to start the game right. And you've only got 2 research slots, so you better work on that immediately. We're going to go for infrastructure. Go here, and then click on the states. Can you see this at the bottom right? So that's the states map mode. And then if you look at the country, you can see the areas that have got the best development. And there's only really 2. Your capital, which is green, and this to a certain degree, this area in the urban developed region. So you can go boom, boom. And there are advantages to build infrastructure elsewhere, like for instance here, because it's got resources which increase as well. So infrastructure increases construction speed in that region for practically all buildings. But then to top it off as well, it also gives resources, so it's also useful. You will get some more resources later on, so it's sometimes a good idea with the focus tree, just have a little look to see what extra resources you will get later on. So we'll type in steel in the top right, and you can see with the focus tree, there is some steel options. And again, you will gain steel in La Pampa. And you press F, La Pampa, and you find it, and it is actually here, La Pampa. So I guess we could stack the infrastructure here as well. In future, that means it'll multiply the amount of steel you get within that region. It's only 8, so you could potentially increase it to 16, which is not really that massive anyway. However, it's something. Oh, it will also double, but also you gain more from these excavation techs, so an extra 50% more as well. So at first it'll say, oh, 4 steel, but then you double that based on infrastructure, and then also an extra 50% based on excavation laws, well, up to the maximum amount anyway. Convoys is what we're going to go for. Planes, do I care about that to begin with? Probably not, but I will assign the Mayos. Seeing as we've got so many convoys as well, we could boost our industry from the very get-go. We do that by selling our convoys, all of them at the maximum price. It's a good idea to do that at the start of the game, because you gain the maximum amount of money. And you know what? I'm actually going to do that and do the 1 horse division exercise trig. No, it does not work as well as it used to, but we'll still do it anyway just to get a little bit of resources. So get rid of the planes, exercise, exploit the XP, top it off. We'll add a random general as well. You'll do, and you'll do. For the field marshal, exercise the fleet. We do actually have a little bit of oil, so we'll take that to our advantage because you can see the oil on the map. And if we exercise our fleet indefinitely and tell them to exercise and break off immediately, that'll put us in a situation where we can continuously gain naval XP, which we could use that for marines. I think that's probably what we will do actually. Yeah, 5 speed, off we go. We do have an air force too, so we can exercise those to level 3. Probably not going to take advantage of that much though. Probably a little bit of cash would be useful, but not essential. Mexico would like to buy our convoys. Yes, I accept. Anyone else want to buy from us? No, just Mexico. Makes me feel kind of sad, actually. Just Mexico, nobody else. You go F4, you can see that we're not using any convoys to move resources around, but we might do in future. We are exercising here. Is this an archipelago? No, it's an ocean. That's good. We're just automatically going to cause them to split off and repair if need be, and that way they'll repair up to maximum. Oh, we've run out of fuel already. What? You don't see these numbers in your game? Yeah, this is a mod. If you scream loud enough in the comments, I'll link you to the workshop so you can have this mod on. It just shows the modifiers based upon your country and your mobilization to show you what is the more positive direction to be building. It's a little bit of a helpy guide. It's sometimes a good reminder for me who doesn't play the game. And eventually you'll get like kind of a bit of a refund. Go political here. Oh, they're all political, of course. And also, we suffer at the beginning of the game with political corruption, which has its benefits because it gains political power. And we'll take advantage of that early game for later on to get rid of it, to gain our construction and war support back. It's either we want to focus on our economy initially, I'll focus on the political power. And political power is what we're going to go for. Oh, it's this one down here. Reduces the cost of changing conscription laws. Okay, in that case, we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. So this circumstance, it doesn't look like there's any good advantage early on. I just realized it says this is the historical path. Oh wait, no, the left side's the historical path. Okay, that's fine. It looks like there's no cheap advisors, so in this case we can go for the ones that add political power. Once again, stacking political power is going to be the initial goal. In this case, we go for the silent workhorse, which increases political power gain by a very small amount, but it all adds up in the long run. More political power. With that in mind, also going for your next army guy is important to get ticking army experience. You can see now it is going up by 0.3 per day, which is a massive amount over a year or so. The earlier you get army XP, the more doctrines you're going to get. Your army and divisions are going to be more up to date, so it's going to have a lot of impact in the long run. British economics. Argentina siding with the Brits? What is this? Actually, that they kind of did in World War II. Not so much afterwards, though. Oh, you know. Yugoslavia would like to buy our convoys. Yes, do that. So if you're not aware, when you sell things on the market, you gain economic capacity surplus, which is a construction bonus. And then you can use that to build things a little bit faster, which in this case, we are going to be building a lot. I'm not going to care about that third infrastructure. Just focus on the ones that's going to give us a little bit of steel, tungsten, and building slots. They're going to be our primary focuses for now. Got the option here on the officer course to go for naval reform, giving ticking naval experience. Actually, it's not ticking, that's not true. It's just increasing the modifier of how much you're getting per day from exercises, which is worthwhile. Finland would like to buy some convoys. I accept. Construction. Next up, we can hire another advisor, and there are some more that give political power. In this case, the tenacious negotiator, gaining an extra 10% political power. Now we're gaining 1.8 political power per day. China, convoys. And Iran, convoys. No problem. High price. Give me lots of economic surplus bonus, and we're actually gaining an actual net amount now, an actual amount that we can bank. That means we're gaining the max amount of construction bonus, which you can see really closely is 27%. And now that means that we can bank this bonus and maintain a steady 27% until we've run out of the points. Turkey would like to buy convoys. Nice. All right, next up, the Castillo cabinet. So once again, we're siding with a dictator to get rid of the dictator. Then we're eventually going to get another dictator. I didn't just say the word dictator 3 times in a row for laughter. That's actually what's going to happen. And Siam would like some convoys. Okay, this is paying off in the long run. I thought initially this wouldn't work, but it actually is paying off very slowly over time. Good. And also, the British Raj would like to buy one convoy. Just one? Come on, Raj. One convoy? Just the one? So right now we've got 0 fuel, which is usually really bad whilst at war, but we're not at war. We're at peace. The only thing it's doing is it's reducing the amount of naval XP we're getting from exercising our fleet. It restricts the amount that we can do. Of course, our exercises are going to be more limited if we have no fuel. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter being on 0. We are getting some fuel, and when we mobilize, we'll gain more fuel overall. Because if you look really closely, look at this. Look, civilian economy. It says here, fuel gain from oil, minus 40%, and also fuel capacity drop. But then if you look at something like war economy, you can see there is no penalty to amount of fuel gain. So that means we tap into our fuel reserves maximum. In that case, we'll gain more naval XP and maybe gain a net gain of fuel as well in the stockpile. Potentially, we'll see. All right, next up, we're going to go for proper heritage. And you know this strategy, right? Just make one big horse. They already start with a pretty big horse anyway. And what I always like to do is add it as a reserve. That means that'll get equipment last before anything else. We don't have anything else, but when we have garrisons, it'll make a difference. Boom, there we go. All right, top it off now. We can start making train and truck and start building them. Top it off as well. We could probably do for a little bit of artillery, a little bit of anti-air would probably go a long way as well. The cabinet is done. Now we can change our mobilization laws at a discount. And you can see now it's 90 political power to change to partial mobilization, which also means we only lose 10% of our fuel gain per day, meaning we're gaining fuel. Actually, no, we're not. We're still losing fuel. It's because we've got some very big ships. You got 2 really big ones and 2 cruisers and a bunch of coastal defense ships that use a lot of fuel too. But you can see we're getting more naval XP per day here, which is the long-term plan anyway. Okay, what's the historical path? It's consolidated power. We are going to consolidate power. So right now, we're going to have a coup to overthrow a dictator for another dictator. Argentina, why you like this? Anyway, we're going to get rid of you. Then we'll build civilian factories in said regions, like here. So I queue a bunch of infrastructure up, even though I don't build it all. And then I kind of plan when I'm going to build my buildings off the back of it. Because now you can see that these numbers are green for mills and civilian factories, meaning building them is worthwhile. But before it wasn't, hence the reason I went for infrastructure first. You get a bunch of buttons here now regarding the incoming coup that's about to happen that could cause a civil war. At the end of the day, if you go the historical path and click these focuses quick enough, you don't even have to worry about them. So just click the focuses. Trust me, it'll all work out in the end. Anyway, disperse industry. Now we can build a civvy inside of a capital with the 100% construction bonus. So in that case, we'll just queue up the infrastructure for now and then move on to the civilian factories. Oh, is this? The Guanzi clique with like 12 convoys. No problem. March on Rosa. Rosa, what? Yes, get it done. Click the focuses. Consolidation of power has happened now. We're gaining stability, losing stability. It's a bit of a roller coaster. End of the day, if you do find yourself losing all your convoys, what you can always do is retract this from the market. We've got 24 left, but it's worth it overall because look at the economic surplus bonus. 27 construction bonus. We have 2,500 points in the bank, meaning overall in the long run, we are going to be gaining a lot of construction bonus, which is going to pay off in the long run because we're going to be building our economy up. The more economy you can build up early game, the better. It pays off more early game than late game when it comes down to construction bonuses. Probably the reason why the corruption thing, which is here, is actually kind of bad too. That 10% construction penalty is pretty painful. I don't disagree with that. The other ones are kind of painful, but not as much. However, I like political power, and somehow corruption and political power seem to go really well. Press 1 in the comments if you have a country that has dealings with political powers and politicians, and it's causing large amounts of corruption. Yes, I know that's definitely going to be you. It applies to you. I'm talking to you, bruv. Anyway, here we go. So political power and stability for this guy. So there's lots of options to increase your political power. We are now getting 1.9 political power per day. It would be 2.9 political power per day if we weren't selecting our focus. That just shows the absolute power of Argentina and political power. And that applies to a lot of the South American countries as well. And I know you're still watching. That one Argentine fan, I know I'm British. I'm sorry. I know. You've probably gotten over that now. But overall, the Falcons is still British. And that means there's no people watching this video now. You've all clicked away. I get to play the game how I want to play it now. Ha! That is all part of the plan. The army has turned against us. Select the top one. That means the Donner line takes power. And we've got this guy now. Oh, hang on. This guy looks kind of familiar. Where have I seen this guy before? Oh, yeah. He's the general as well. No, this one. There we go. Hey. And then we're actually going to select the general, who's going to be the next president. In this case, the Balancing Act. This will immediately put him in power and he'll gain extra political power. So, you know what? You know what I feel like? I think we're going to gain some more political power. Every time Dave says political power, take a shot. Anyway, we are going to go for commerce rating. Or we go for army maneuver. Yeah, commerce is probably going to affect us. And this gives us ticking naval experience. Why is that useful? Because we can use that to go for marines at some point. Anyway, improved machine tools. Next thing we will have to do after this, that's really important, is get a research slot. And if you click here, you can see the research slots. There's one here. And there's also one here. But that one's hard to get to because you need 25 factories. Can you see that? 25. That's a bit of a problem. Also, is there one here? No, there's only 2. I believe you can get 3 if you've gone fascist. But fascism is bad. Press 1 in the comments if you agree. I've probably got that one fascist fan who was still watching now. And then he clicks away. I'm like, damn it, I've lost him too. You're all leaving me. Oh, well. So we can select an industrial concern, given a construction bonus. It's something we use a lot in games, so getting that research bonus tends to be beneficial in the long run. So we'll get that done and sorted. Extra research is something I usually don't focus on too much. However, if you do get that early, it tends to pay off a lot in the long run. See a pan for me here, don't you? Dave just says something will benefit you in the long run if you do it early. It's like education, it's like investments, you know. £1 million to a 10-year-old is very more important than £1 million to an 80-year-old. Do you get what I'm going with this? Invest early, boys. The Balancing Act has been done. It allows you to appease the Americans or the Germans. It allows you to get subsidies for fighters and trucks from the United States and the United Kingdom, or tank bonuses and subsidies from a bunch of other nations. The biggest issue with these subsidies is they're great and everything, because you're practically getting equipment for free, but the problem is you have to rely on that nation actually selling that said equipment. This is really interesting. Mexicans selling American Springfield rifles. That's really interesting. Made in America, sold by Mexicans. Ah, seems to be a distribution of equipment happening here. Anyway, next up, we're going to go for Peron, which he gives you that bonus of 10% political power. And then we have reached peak political power for Argentina. Also, to top it off, we're also going to improve working conditions, because plus 10 stability is worth it. And when you're suffering from a penalty to stability, oh, look what it's doing. You're losing -2 political power per day. That's right. We want to focus on political power, so that's what we're going to do. All right, top it off now. What are we going to do? We're going to go for radio, I think. And we're going to need artillery as well. A little bit of everything. But in the meantime, actually, I realize we need Marines because that's what we're focused on, right? Is that the objective of this video? Top it off, build some more civies in our capital. And then we can also build them in this region. And now you can see these two regions, the most developed regions, our capital region, and this bit in the mountains, have 100% construction bonus. And there's a lot queued up, so we will take advantage of that construction, build that industry nice and big. Yes, that is the plan. As you can see too, if you hover over this, you can actually see there's a construction bonus happening. So you can see export focus, the treaty, construction, political corruption. We'll ignore that because that hurts me when I see that. But here you go, yeah, the extra from economic capacity surplus of 27 extra production per day, which is the equivalent of 27 extra construction speed. Wow. And there we go. We now have the boy in charge. Here he is, all fresh-faced, gaining 3.10 political power per day. I'll zoom in on that. Zoom closer, editor. There we go. Oh yeah. What can you do with political power in Hoi 4? Not a lot. I'm getting you all excited for nothing. No, we will take advantage of political power. But for the time being, we need that research slot. So you either got the choice here. You either go down production, electronics, construction bonus. But you need 45 factories for that one. So in this case, we're going to have to go down the import substitutions, which has all the juiciest bonuses. So yeah, it's worth it. It's worth. Type 1 in the comments if it's worth. Okay, this is a typical problem that happens all the time. Certain nations will buy things from you, but then won't be able to fulfill their contracts because they can't afford them. I think it might be because Japan's going to be invading, maybe. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's probably because what's happening is that anything that's going in and out of the Guangxi click is getting intercepted by Japan, and therefore they can't fulfill their contractual obligations. Yes, apparently that's important in our contract-based society. Press 1 if you agree. Anyway, public investment works. Getting construction bonus, infrastructure bonus. Infrastructure bonus is kind of cool because I suppose in that one instance I could try and go for the steel in this region for the time of that. Maybe I will do that. There we go. Move that in. Next up, more convoy purchases. I think we're running out of convoys to sell now. Yeah, we've only got 9 left on the market. I'm actually surprised, putting on at high cost, how many people have actually bought. Well, there we go. Here we are. Emphasis on public works. Next up is towards a greater Argentina. So for 3 years, you gain massive consumer goods reduction, efficiency gain, and also factory output. That is actually a big bonus. And practically for 3 years, it's practically the whole game. Yeah, at that point, after 3 years, you don't need the bonus because you've already gained so much anyway. So in that case, it's practically for the rest of the game. Okay, so we are technically a non-aligned government here, so we can do raids against everyone. We hate the fascists, the Democrats, and the communists. This will lose us stability, but we gain a net +2 for each one of these. So this is actually giving us 6 net stability, even though you do lose 10% for each one you go for. Does anyone make sense? Does anyone know the math there? If you don't, that's okay. Just enjoy the game with the pretty maps and stuff. Press 1 in the comments if you're enjoying the pretty maps. Oh, China would like to buy some convoys. I think they're the last ones. Oh, there's only 3 left. And China is unable to fulfill their contract obligations because they are getting embargoed by Japan. And there the contract breaks off immediately. There you go. Well, they tried anyway. So boom. We're finishing the construction of that one. We're building infrastructure now. And if you hover over it, you should see now. There you go. We're actually gaining the public investment loads. +10%, +15%. Loads of construction towards a greater Argentina. Then finally, the extra research slot. So, as a nation in South America that's not a major power, you only get 2 research slots, which is painful. You really struggle to juggle your construction and your regular tech as well. In this case, we're going to go for artillery, and then we'll actually need to go for regular guns as well. And Guangxi Clique would like our final convoys. There's none left now, but something tells me they're going to get embargoed again. And that sound effect means, yeah, it's already disappeared before I could even show it. The contract has failed. But we're getting the convoys back, so that's something. We are going to need those convoys in future now, so I can't put any more back on the market. Is there something else we can sell, maybe? We could sell a bunch of old crappy guns, maybe. Put them all on the market. And that's practically all we can sell. Does anyone want expensive guns? Expensive guns with bayonets? No? No buyers? Well, that sucks. I kind of like the crap old guns, to be honest with you. They're cheap, you can mass produce them, and they at least get the divisions on the field, even though they don't have much soft attack. And the AI weighs the quality of that equipment very highly, so it's probably the reason why no one's buying it. No one's interested. Fair enough. Okay, let's do some subsidies. Why not, right? So you do lose 20% political power over 70 days for this, and you do lose 100 political power initially. And this is infantry equipment from Italy and Germany. Artillery from the others. You can actually appease both sides. Should we just do that? I mean, we've got the political power at the end of the day, so why not, right? And even though we're suffering from those big juicy penalties here, appeasing the allies and the Axis, we're still gaining like 1.2 political power per day. So I suppose there are still benefits there. 35-day focus to gain 1 civilian factory. Why not? Rio Nego. I think that's the best pronunciation I can get without getting demonetized. So Rio Black, is that what that translates to? Come on, Spanish speakers, help me out. I know a tiny bit of Spanish, just tiny little crumbs. We're going to rush to Spurs 3 because it gives building slots, and therefore we can build in these industrious regions the most. And that's 2. That means I'm going to gain a lot of artillery as well with the tungsten I'm using, which potentially means I can sell it on the market. Is anyone buying it? No. I wish there was a way you could encourage the AI to buy your equipment, because there really isn't any way of doing that at the moment, which makes me sad. And to top it off, of course, we're building infrastructure here. We can always build civies at the back of it as well when it's finished, getting the big construction bonus. All right, special forces. So in this case, we're not going to mess about. Yes, we want special forces. We want pioneers who focus on amphibious. And then we want the right bonus, which is the one that gives attack for special forces. Yeah, we've almost locked special forces in 1938 before a bullet has been fired. I know I've said that in a million videos, and I'll keep saying it because it's funny. All right, we're going to go for the banks now. Banco, so that's bank. So Central Bank, the Republic of Argentina. The Central Bank of the Republic of Argentina. Did I get it right, Spanish speakers? Oh my God. Full-blown Spanish speaker uno. Duolingo is paying off. I think there's a chance they could say notice, but we're about to find out anyway. Experimenting with the game mechanics is one of the fun things of Hawaii. That's what I love doing. We're going to do more raids, and the raids will give us more stability, net stability. Construction is useful. However, I need to be doing artillery as well as guns, as well as industry. So I'm kind of trying to branch out over all 3. There we go. We've appeased to the allies and the Axis. So now when we buy from the market, we should buy at practically no cost. So we hit subsidies. Guys, by the way, I don't actually usually do this. So, and that's right. There actually are no subsidies for me to actually buy. Is that because I'm not in the market for the UK and America? I'm not in the American market. I'm not in the British market. I'm not in the German market. And I'm not in the Italian market. Well, that mystery's solved. So improve relations with all of them. You do lose a bit of political power from this, but overall it will automatically add you into their market. As you can see, the numbers going up. Boom, you're in the market immediately. If we boost the relations over 100, it means we'll stay in the market for a very, very long time. In that case, we'll take advantage of, well, obviously the subsidies. Okay, so buy equipment, subsidies, towed artillery from America. It only costs 1 civilian factory. Oh, it doesn't know. It's going to cost a few. It's going to cost 3 for 86 artillery. Guys, I'm going to be totally real with you. I don't think I like this mechanic. Buy some planes from America. So buy all. And it's going to cost 4 civilian factories. Oh, I'm destroying my economy here just to buy a bunch of stuff that I don't really want. Okay. Guanzi clique would like convoys. Am I even selling convoys? They want to buy convoys that I'm not even selling. Okay. Ghost convoys. Was that a part of an old contract? I think it was. All right, Mayos. You know what I do every game. I focus on quality over quantity because I want those biggest, baddest soft attack and breakthrough bonuses. And the Guanzi clique weren't able to fulfill their contract. Oh, it's been added back to the market. Ah, when they cancel the contract, it goes back into the market. I'm learning. Improved soft attack for the guns. Why not? Iran wants the final 6 convoys, and now the convoys are all sold out. We can't do any more. We are sold out on the market, lads. Okay, more subsidies. So in summary, buy everything that you need, and then use the minimum amount of civilian factories to the minimum amount of deliveries. In this circumstance, it would be 3 deliveries for 7 civilian factories if I was to buy convoys from Germany. Does that make sense? Bank of Argentina. Let's change that to the bank. Reducing consumer goods. Yes. Now this one is really cool. The opportunity for an international loan. That's kind of really cool. However, I find the bonuses aren't really worth it, and you lose political power. And I'm playing a political power game right now, and I'm having fun doing that. So I'm not going to choose to do else. Nothing else. Promote immigration from South America. This is a way we can play tall, and that's kind of the way we're playing at the minute. Because alternatively, if you want to play a game when you core South America and go on a warpath, you kind of want to go down the dominate the south path. Because I'm aligning with the allies, which is the left path, which is kind of ahistorical, even though they did join the war. I want to play tall. In this case, we're going to go for the Economic Reactivation Act. Reactivate the memes. So it looks like when you've got the subsidies, you there isn't much incentive to buy any more. So in this case, we'll buy some more artillery and pay 3 civs. Yes. It's a bit of a shame that I have to rely on things that are already on the market. And as you can see, the only things I'm able to buy are planes from America and artillery from America. No one else is selling anything else, which is kind of sad. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Also, special forces, don't forget, max them out. We do actually have a marine template, and we're going to do the exploit to get unlimited amount of special forces, which will have amazing fat bonuses, particularly if we multiply them with another one of special forces. So for instance, if we were to go down the path on the right here, you see this 10% extra attack from special forces. Alternatively, you can also go on the left path here, which is also 10% attack. Potentially, if you go down all 3 paths, which I think only America and Britain can do that, you get a plus 30% bonus to commandos, which is pretty sweet. Economic Reactivation Act, which gives construction for factories. Nice. I'm just curious to see what this is going to do. Promote immigration from South America to South America. Hang on a second. Let me read that again. Unlocks to promote immigration to South America. Decision to improve states. Oh, Spanish and Germans and Welsh to our borders. Oh, bit of a Welsh colony in Argentina. What could go wrong? I feel obliged to use these subsidies just because I have access to them, even though I don't really want them. You know what I mean? I don't actually need any of these, but I feel obliged just to take them. I have run out of convoys as well, which is a bit of a problem. Maybe I should buy these convoys from Germany. But you need convoys to buy convoys. That's disgusting. You put a convoy on top of your convoy to deliver your convoys. Apparently, it's how the legacy mechanics of convoys have always worked. Unfortunately, that is hard-coded into the game. So unfortunately, convoys cannot be delivered by themselves into Hoi 5. Not confirmed, by the way. I actually don't know if that's the case. Oh, they'd like to buy our guns. America would like to buy our old bayonet guns. Interesting. You know what? I'm not going to argue. Take them. They're yours. Myos, you always focus on production to begin with, then focus on quality. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Cue them up with shift clicking. 120 British trucks. Nice. Okay, I'm getting the impression right now I'm not going to need that many trucks. I'm using all these American trucks. Something tells me I'm not going to use the trains either. But we'll see how things go. Immigration wave. So what does this do? Promote immigration from Italy to my capital, increasing local construction and manpower. Interesting. Costs a lot of political power, but it could be useful. And improve relations as well, which is really weird. So historically, this state, I believe, is the one that had a massive influx of Welsh. But I believe they came before this date here. And there's like a Welsh colony where they all speak Welsh here. Do the capital, I suppose. I can't think of any reason to do it any elsewhere. Because it's a 5% increase. It's a percentage increase. It's based upon the percentage of that capital region. In this case, like 6 million is going to be great for 5%. But all the other regions don't seem to benefit that much. I guess this one here, Santa Fe, was the other ones that have got maxed infrastructure, like this one or this one. Not so much, so the population's just not high enough. Develop the civilian economy, less consumer goods, and 2 civies. This one gives recruitable pop. Man, they're all good bonuses. Spoiled by the Argentines. We can go for this state. It's all seem to be these local states, the ones that don't have infrastructure in. We're playing tall, aren't we? So why not, right? Why not, right? Invite the Germans? Looks like you can only invite one state. Because we invited the Brits to the capital, then we're inviting the Germans here to Santa Fe. Doesn't change the status of the development, though. But oh, look! You can see the suitcase. The capital has plus 40% local manpower and 5% construction. 40% is massive! We'll do the final one, the Rio Black, 150 political power. Once again, political power is a currency that you use a lot as Argentina, and it's also a way of gaining a lot of political power. So why not take advantage of it? And I am gonna. Disperse 3 is done. Now we could build in all the states. There we go. Queue all the ones with the high construction, and then queue up the ones that have got the bonus for immigration. Yes. So we focus on artillery, we're focusing on anti-air. Improve that artillery. And we focus on any subsidies, artillery. It's a bit of frustration sometimes. They don't really put enough on the market for you to really justify making the clicks. When I'm buying 10 planes, I'm feeling to myself like, is that really worth it? But our Air Force now consists of 18 of these crappy American planes and 70 of our worst planes? No, these are our planes. We've got 18 of our planes and 70 Americans. Ah, okay, okay. So now more of our Air Force is American than Argentine. How do my Argentine viewers feel about that? Oh, wait, he already left. Never mind. Oh, well. Plus 10 stability. Let's do it. Let's get that stability up. I love more stability. So if you ever want to see state modifiers, which is very useful for Italy and Brazil due to specific elements of how those countries work, click on the state map mode here, which is the little arrow in the bottom right. You see this? This here, and click on states. There's not a hotkey for this. There used to be though. And you can see these regions now have a suitcase indicating max manpower and construction. Nice. So we're focusing on one research slot for the primary infantry guns, then the artillery, and the final research slot is stuff in construction. Okay, making a big marine template. I'm going to go for 1 battalion of artillery. I know this is controversial. The community is kind of against this recently, but 23 combat with this, anti-air, and this is going to be worthwhile. Then what you've got to do is also make a single battalion of horse. This is your multiplier that you can make lots of, and this is the template that you kind of turn them into, and this is what you're going to make off the back of it to be the backbone of your army. Okay, if I could join the Allies, could I do that? No. World tension's holding us back, and we have a lack of democracy for that. If we manually justify on Germany and then join the war, then they'd ask us to join anyway. We're going to do ground battle plan, and we've got a 50% reduction on that, so we'll take advantage of that. And then to top that off as well, we'll do bold attack. Could take advantage, funnily enough, of commando trait, but it's a 20% chance. It's just too low. I just don't like that. It's just too low. How do you gain commando? You gain commando by fighting in high temperatures, low temperatures, doing power drops on naval invasions. I suppose you could try and milk that, couldn't you, by doing a naval invasion over and over and over again. Oh, do I really want to do that, though? So what we're doing here is kind of a cheese. It's technically game mechanics, but it's a cheese. So what I have to do is select a general that is not already in the officer corps. So hold up your general list here and then look at these guys on the left. See this one with the card? This means they're already assigned to the officer corps and we can't remove them, okay? So we have to find a guy who's not already assigned, and this guy is cautious and an inflexible strategist. He's not the ideal man for the job. However, we'd have a fortress buster here. Not an engineer, but a fortress buster. And he might be ripe for this role. I think we're going to select him. It's tempting to select the president as the chief of command or the general, but... Oh, he's a field marshal now, our leader. Oh, okay. Ooh, so he's probably going to be better for the job anyway. Anyway, what we'll do is do naval invasion over and over again. Gain commando on this guy. Then when he becomes commando, we go to the officer corps and make him a commando specialist, which gives extra attack for special forces. It's just a way that we can manipulate the system, basically. Anyway, I think we've reached the point now that we need to focus on industry, aka military warfare. So we'll go here, then here, then here. Is those the locations of the immigration? Yes, they are. At this point, we've maxed out our special forces anyway, so we don't need to keep exercising our fleet. First time this game, we're actually going to have a little bit of fuel in the bank. Ooh, rapid urbanization. 3 civilian factories, 2 mills there. Cattle farming gives a 15% construction bonus. We have the option to reduce consumer goods and trade laws, or we can't do that one because you have to be cutting ties with Britain, which we've not chose to do. Okay, industrial expansion. We're also going to go for spies, get the agency up, anti-air upgrade. Working on construction, we're working on the guns. I think we'll start rushing the artillery just for the soft attack advantage. And with that, we can work on rockets as well, just to make the Marines as rock hard as possible. What? Dave's doing Marines again? I know, right? I'm a big fan of them, apparently. So with the agency, you wait for your first spy to deploy, then select him, and then you wait for 4 or 5 upgrades to be able to get the extra spy. And then when you've got 2 spies at that point, you can use them effectively. With 1 spy, if 1 gets captured, you can't use another. Or artillery, why not? Buying with subsidies. So subsidies are a big discount off trucks. Well, trucks in this instance. Economy's taking a bit of a tanking now because we're buying so much stuff. Ideally, we want to be buying guns, to be fair. Subsidies, infantry equipment. And no one is selling guns. So this is kind of like, unfortunately, a shortfall of the system here. You want to be buying from the market, but if someone's selling to the market, you kind of screw it, I guess. End of the day as well, no one wants to be buying with a subsidy as well because you're not getting the full cost for the vehicle anyway. So if there was a multiplayer game, this wouldn't apply anywho. Would it though? Anyway. Berlin. Spy is going there. Then we're going to go for rapid urbanization. 3 civilian factories is bank. Go for the machine guns. Making some good progress. All right, let's go for the plan. So now what I do is train as many single horse battalions as possible. In this case, 101. And put them on priority. Oh, we can rush disperse 3. Do we want to do that? We'll go for advanced machine tools first. Brazil, the good neighbor, gains plus 25 relations. Oh, isn't that nice? South America getting along. for once. Oh, and look at that military factory build. Look at the speed. So improve machine tools and the anti-raids again. Once again, this is going to give us the maximum amount of stability and we'll be maxed out on stab. Another upgrade, we'll go for economic civilian. Also more subsidies, subsidize. Oh, we have guns! Buy the lot, everything. 8 civilian over 1 delivery, but we can't do the 1 delivery because we've not got enough convoys. So it might be more ideal in future if you do this campaign again, maybe just don't spend all your convoys. And convoy construction is really slow because you suffer from this 15% penalty, so FYI. Something I don't usually do, but this one here, see this? 100 political power gives you 1 extra building slot. It's called the Regional Wide Industrial Integration. Yeah, whatever, just click it. And you gain +1 building slot in your capital, the region that needs the biggest construction bonus for obvious reasons. Only got 36 factories, we're not quite there yet. The tipping point for us is 45, so we're getting there soon. Do you realize too we're getting ticking army XP if we'd gone for this focus? Let's do it now. Once again, it's one of these ones if you go for early, you take advantage of earlier on. The earlier you get it, the bigger the bonus. That would apply to all of them. Not like we're having trouble with XP anyway, but I'm just making you aware anyway. Anyway, deploy you. Say we only deploy 1 of them. Deploy, we delete the single horse. And we're going to deploy the whole lot. Deploy as many of these as possible, then we can multiply them and make Marines. But we are desperately going to need guns soon. We're definitely not producing enough of those. We need those mills immediately. What I'm going to do is a bit of a weird strategy. I would highly not recommend any noob doing this strategy. We basically make nothing but guns. Now, we are going to use other equipment, but for the time being, we're going to focus primarily on guns and primarily use Lend-Lease as our import tool, which will make sense because we're going to join the Allies, which will, once again, all make sense when I do it. You'll see when it happens. Okay. We have an event, and it is called World War II. Oh, and the French are getting involved, so this definitely is not a historical scenario. Mills! We're going to build them across the nation. Go for the ones with the higher infrastructure. Option for 2 mills, I'll take that. Deploy as many of these as you can. We're getting there. That's just to kind of like spam them out by hitting this button over and over again. That way all the equipment is redistributed to these over the training ones, over the ones you've already currently deployed. I'll send them here. Go here, spread out. And tell you guys to deploy and go here. I think usually if you deploy about 50 to 100, you'll be in a good position. We've got the division we want now, so we don't need to sit on army XP anymore, so we can spend it. In that circumstance, we're going to go for Grand Battle Plan because it is currently the best at the minute. It's recently been buffed again. Paradox love Grand Battle Plan, apparently. Machine guns. Soft attack. Buy equipment off the market, and we can buy more guns. Subsidies. That's a lot of guns. Some of these are Ethiopian, and some of these are Portuguese. And is this Uruguay, I think? And in this case, the maximum we can spend is 15 civilian factories. So what I'm going to do is drop it down until the number hits 3. And that's the cheapest we can pay for 2 deliveries. Deploy. We only got 10 left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is a part of the exploit. And this is basically called the unlimited Special Forces glitch. And Special Forces are very strong. That's the reason why making a lot of them is very useful. And here we go. So now you convert them all to the big horse. We've got 2 horses, a big horse and a small horse. We'll convert them to the big horse, which is the one with the chevrons pointing down. Our army size is artificially inflated. Then basically train a bunch of Marines. Now, we don't actually get to train that many, funnily enough. So maybe we need more than 100. And I think we do, actually, yeah. Paradox have recently nerfed this one, so we're going to try it again and get at least 20 of them. In that case, we're going to train another 100, or maybe even as many as we can train. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll deploy them as soon as we can. Right now, I think we're in the position to get that 45 bonus. 45 factories for 1 research slot. Do we need the research slot? It's always good to have. Let's do it. Go for the more advanced guns. Need more steel. Get that from America. Trade with the neighbor. That way it doesn't require any convoys. However, we don't have any convoys at the moment because we've used them all to import guns from Italy, the nation that we're currently, well, gonna be at war with. Meanwhile, Germany mopping up Poland, mopping up the lowlands, going for France. The most historical game. Deploy. 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 Prioritize the equipment for the training divisions. Get at least 2 of these out, then we'll be able to just spam them out in numbers. There we go. We've got the 5 upgrades now, so we're getting an extra spy. So don't go for any more upgrades. Don't waste that civilian construction. We need that as a part of our industry now. Production initiative and develop the electricity sector. Electronics. Another spy. We'll go for ones that says seducer. Seducers are less likely to be captured. In this case, we'll start spying on Germany. Eventually, we'll become the spy master for the Allies. Deploy, 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 deploy. Need to get more steel now. More. We've got the political powers to do another one of these regional industry things. Anti-raids, no point anymore. We do the radio propaganda there for extra war support. Trust me, we are going to join this war. We're not just a fly on the wall. We are actually going to be involved. 3, 2, 1. And they're the last 3, 2, 4. And there we go. 202 divisions overall. Convert them all to the big horse. And that will give us a total amount of Marines of 14. Do you know what? 14 is enough. 14 is enough. I'll be happy with 14. In that circumstance, the best way of doing it actually is finding 14 of these guys and converting them to the Marines. Then you delete everyone else. Boom. There you go. You've just done the Unlimited Marines Special Forces glitch. Congratulations. Unlimited is a bit of a stretch, I will admit, but you can multiply what I've just done there multiple times. The more times you want to click, the more times you will gain Marines. In this case, if you do that twice over, you will have 28 Marines. You get the idea? Nice. Invest in the industrial guilds. Construction, good. Right, they're all in position now. We're going to exercise these boys to level 3. Check the logistics, and we're just behind on guns, so that's something we're going to produce the most of. Good. We're training up the boys for what we need them for now. Meanwhile, the logistics are all looking sound as a pound. Buy planes from America. Ooh, very expensive. But surprisingly, don't require convoys. I guess they just fly them in. 4 deliveries. Some really advanced planes too, so why not? I don't usually buy planes from the market, and there's something I really should take advantage of, right? Meanwhile, we'll buy all the trucks too. 6 civilian factories, and that's disabled our economy. Yeah, we have no economy now. We've used all of our civilian factories. Every single one. That's why you need to build an economy of South America, because otherwise you're just not going to have any industry. Technical schools. And we get a maximum of 4 research slots. Which controversially, actually, was one of the reasons people didn't really like this expansion. Because they felt like you could never become a major power and have 5 research slots or 6, like some of the other major powers. Which, you know what? I actually kind of get that. I can understand why you'd be upset. Alright, we'll go for that guy. Then we go for our current president. It's him. El Presidente. And exercise the Marines to level 3. Also an upgrade for the mile, for the guns. Extra defense. Not that I care that much about, but it is what it is. I'm just going to produce a few extra artillery. Not an amount. I know I was going to rely on Lend-Lease, and I am going to rely on Lend-Lease. However, I just want to produce just a little bit, because that's the most up-to-date technology, therefore that's going to give the best stats overall. Okay, we're actually not going to sell those guns anymore. I realized, actually, that was a big mistake by me. Sorry, a big mistake by me here. Those guns that were on the market, I weren't using them to build the horses, so that's something I should have done earlier. Anyway, lesson for all of us. You're learning, I'm learning, we're learning together. My mistakes are your successes. Ooh, I like that quote. I need to get that printed and put on a plaque. Oh, wow. So many planes now. And these are all ones I'm just buying from America. That's insane. Buy subsidies. Tanks. Medium tanks. Infantry equipment. No, 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 no. And Germany's struggling with France a little bit. Usually just break through immediately and wipe them out in one go. That's weird. Go down the army path here. Military factory construction. Extra org. Cheaper trucks. More org. Yeah, it's all worth. Do it. Getting these guys to level 3 is so crucial. That's how they're going to do the most damage. So weird having extra research slots. Like, what do I go for? Spoilt. I'm not meant to have this. Is it Argentina? I think what we'll do is start justifying on Italy. 30 days. And then immediately when they see us at war with the Axis, Britain will ask us to join. Once again, another dispersed industry is finished, so I can start queuing up all the ones with the higher industry. Finish off the one that's already done anyway. Yeah, that'll do. It's cool to focus on population, Hoifo, because that's usually something you don't usually get to focus on. It's nice that I get a way of increasing my pot by immigration, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I like this mechanic. It's fun. The fun police have arrived. No more fun today. Sorry. All right. The Marines have been trained. What I'm going to do is try and get access from Britain. No, they're not going to do that. And what I want to do is be able to plan a naval invasion to get commando and grind the commando trait. With the way things are going at the minute, though, I'm struggling to break France. This is going to be a very weak axis. So what I have the ability to do right now, if I want a full army, is I can just train a bunch of horses. Now we could probably train... Ooh, we're going to need at least 400 of them to get a full army group of 24 divisions of Marines. Ooh. You're either choosing between cheaper trucks and mechanized, which can be good if you're going for mech, which I'm not, or go for the common soldier, which is going to give us extra org, which I'm going to go for the org. Not just org, though, for infantry, though. It's org for everyone. So if you were going to go for mechs, you could benefit from either of those. Okay, limited conscription is next, because I need the manpower. That's a restriction on this glitch as well. Taking advantage of this glitch is great. However, if you've not got the manpower, there is a limit to how many unlimited you can have. What? Not unlimited, Dave? You lied to us. I know, right? All right, deploy. Then we deploy another group of these. Oh yeah, we have actually run out of manpower. The limit has been reached. So now we're going for more conscription. And that should give us just a little bit extra manpower to let us deploy a few more. You know what? I'm actually going to appease the allies one more time. Just why? Because I want to buy some more free planes again. Well, they're not free. They're just like 75% cheaper, but practically free. From my perspective, close to free. As free as you're going to get, put it that way. Mile improvement for the guns, and it is reliability. Not ideal, but I saw it now, so I might as well click it. Import a bit more steel from America just to keep the construction going. Common soldier is done. Okay, I think I want to focus now on the main focus path, which we are going to join the Allies. Let's do it. America is not in the war right now, so I don't think I can join until they join. So let's keep it historical. We'll only join the war when the Americas join the war. Feels a bit of a waste of tech to go in for computer machine, because research is just something we're not going to take advantage of anyway. So I kind of feel like I want to diversify. Excavation? Yeah, let's do that. Don't need mills at the moment, so I'm going to queue up civs. Go for the high ones first, and then the low ones next. Infrastructure is pointless. Oh, a little bit of steel in the north. Oh, that's a very small amount, though. Could also get a bit of rubber and a bit of oil. Very small amounts, though. Focus on the artillery. Meanwhile, France has fallen. Italy has chosen to take a chunk of middle of France. Not pretty. United States has requested embargo of Germany. I will accept to gain political power. Otherwise, if you reject it, you gain stability. That's interesting. Join the Allies. Ask the United Kingdom to join the Allies. There's a load of bonuses you gain down here. Quite a lot of manpower ones, which is kind of cool. I like if a nation doesn't have a lot of manpower, it has the option to gain more from, in this circumstance, focusing on focus that give them it. Gives that nation what it needs to survive, basically. I feel like if a nation is low on a set resource, it should be a way of getting it through focus for a balancing perspective. And a lot of the community disagrees with that because they're like, oh, historical. But I'm like, I know, it's a computer game as well. Can we have a computer game and also make it historical? Why not both? Come on, guys. I want you guys to say that in the comment. And I genuinely mean that. Why cannot we not have both? Why can't we have a historical game and a computer game at the same time? Why not both? Now we can get planes. Oh, it's not that many as well. Oh, that's a shame. Well, we'll get one air wing. Deploy horses. How many horses we got now? If we were to change these to the big horse. Actually, what we could probably do now too is go for this one. Make the horse the biggest. You upgrade the extra brigade slot, which is meant to be, this is meant to represent a brigade. I thought these were battalions, but never mind. And then if we train Marines, how many Marines can we get? Deploy Marines, we could get an extra 6. That it? Is that it? I feel like Paradox know what we're up to now. They've caught on to our game. Feedback Gaming's exploits career is over. More excavation. Definitely a priority of excavation. Right? Let's just go all the way. 4 in one go, right? 40% extra resources. Definitely take advantage of that little bit of steel, though. That'd be so helpful. Hang on, I can justify on Chile? Why? Oh, because I'm non-aligned. Right. I forget that non-aligned nations aren't like democracies. They can declare war on anyone if the world tension gets high enough. I always forget that. Very tempting, though. Look at that steel. But the allies would get angry with. I'm technically playing tall, so I want to stick to my role play. Stick to the LARP, Dave. Come on. It's weird how the AI will only put a certain amount of planes on the market in one go. Put them all in one go. Let me buy the whole lot in one go. You're teasing me. Let me buy them in little tiny chunks when I just want to buy the whole lot in one go. It'd be kind of nice if military contracts were like you requested them and they had to build them within a set quota, then deliver them to you. And then you could specifically say what you wanted. I think that's what a lot of people expected this feature to be like, but it's not. The United Kingdom welcomes in the Allies. We've joined the Allies before America has. What do we do now? Align with the Monroe Doctrine. Gains us recruitable population division on core territory for 3 years. This is interesting. Pan-American cooperation. All the Americas get asked to join the Allies. That's really interesting. Well, this one's called Become the Second Argentine Republic. Gives us guarantees all over democratic countries in South America. I become the daddy of South America. And I get to also declare war on all fascist nations in South America. That is actually kind of cool. Nice LARP. I like it. I like it. Okay, I think this is enough divisions deployed now, right? Okay, going a little bit overboard now, Dave. And that allows us to train another 23. Yeah, do it. Do it. Actually, 24 if I deployed a few more horses. So we just select 24, change, and then delete the rest. There you go. Allied with the Monroe Doctrine. Oh, I can only do that if I'm a democratic government. Oh, Is there a way I become democratic? There's so many advisors here, but some of them are not really what I'm aiming for. No, I have to be specifically democratic to do that. I basically become the United States of South America, which is so cool if you think about it. Unfortunately, non-aligned South America, well, non-aligned Argentina doesn't have the option to become the daddy of South America. Oh dear. Anyway, envoy to London. And this gives us pop, war support. Tiny little bonuses, not big ones, just tiny little sprinkly ones, you know? Okay, they want us to join the allies now. We're just going to exercise our boys up first and then go from there. Excavations kicking off, resulting in 1 gain of steel from us. Yes, the economy is exploding. So now I've got envoy to Britain and I'm in the allies and I've sided with Britain over kind of America first, which I can do both. Yeah, I can. I have the option now to ask for the Falkland Islands. Interesting. Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we're going to join the war now. Which is something I'm probably going to regret because I'm going to have to move them over the ocean anyway. And that's going to require a few convoys. Yeah, we'd have to buy convoys then. Oh, that's a big land lease. Oh, it's by land though. Oh, there we go. So now we have to buy convoys. Okay, who can give us the most convoys at the cheapest price? Norway? Yep. 14, sure. The rest are all 20s. And there goes our economy. And we disabled our entire economy just by buying convoys. All land leases. Take it. So this is the strategy of where you only build one set thing. We'll mobilize our motorized supply here. So then it'll use trains and trucks. And then if we're low on those two, they'll then lease those to us as well. But this is the strategy. It's basically don't have any equipment other than the primary equipment, and you rely on lend lease for everything else. Let's hire a new general. Let's go for this guy. And he is a brilliant strategist. I wanted to select someone who wasn't in the officer corps. The United Kingdom has agreed to our proposal, and there you go. The Falkland Islands are now Argentina. That's how easy it was, Argentina. You didn't need to go to war. You just needed to... Oh, that island too. South Georgia as well. All you needed to do is side with the Allies in World War. I get to improve the islands now by building dockyards there. Wow! Loads of dockyards too! All of a sudden, we actually have a naval economy now. Oh, our spy's been captured, so we'll immediately rescue it. Rescue... Unleashed from New Zealand, sure. So, we're just waiting for our boys to exercise up now. Get them to level 3. A little bit behind on artillery and anti-air. Once again, we'll make a little bit of it as we produce it at home and make a little bit when the land lease is coming. Improve connections, anti-workers, anti-fascist and democratic raids. Import propaganda films, which gives me war support. Improved artillery from South Africa, yes. Alright, here we go. The last guys are about to be trained up. 22, 23, and then 24. And then we're going to go for a party around about. So you're probably thinking, Dave, you've done this a million times. You always move your troops to North Egypt and then kind of attack into Italy. But that's not where we're going. As you can probably see here, this is practically already done. It's nice to see the Germans fighting in North Africa, though. That's kind of cool. Also, the other army, fully trained as well. He will also go to Egypt. Just south of Cairo. In fact, no, we're going to Cairo. We'll go for a party in Cairo. Why not? So we are limited amount of convoys, well, divisions we can send over the seas based upon convoys. As you can see here, convoys have hit 0. Do you want to know how many convoys are required? Well, if you hover over the division here, you can actually see the number here. 92 convoys is required to move the entirety of this army. The entirety, every single division. Just keep that into account. And you can see the convoys in this number up here going up and down based upon me moving them over oceans. And the Raj would like to send us a convoy. I accept. Doctrines, fleeting being just for the extra armor and org for the battleships. Are we going to use them? Probably not. But they will be positioned in a more strategic location. Gibraltar. Also doctrines. So we can do a little bit more on the ground. And we completed our navy, so the navy ones are good to know. So we need now to work towards a focus. Where is it? An army focus, and here we go. Special force programs. And if you're a reading kind of person, you'll love this. I'm not much of a reader, but you can read this. Adds 1 free special forces branch specialization, which just means is you not only can go down the branch of Marines, but you can also do another one. And get this, if you become a major power, you'll get the option for a decision to get another one, so you can get all 3. Why is that beneficial? Because you're not going to have all 3 in one go. Well, it is beneficial because they all have the ability to add plus 10% extra attack for Marines. There's 10% here, there's 10% here, and there's also 10% here. So 30% extra attack. Top it off with potentially a commando that you could get, or possibly get. Don't put your hopes on that one. Getting the commando trait in this game is very difficult. Should we try and roll commandos? See if we can get one. So we select a general. We click show field commanders. Select a random guy and promote him. And we sort by leaders. So this guy is a trickster and a media personality. Not what we want, though. We roll another one. Show commanders. Promote. This guy. Great mustache, by the way. And he is a nobody. That's very unlucky, by the way, to get nothing. Because you've got a 20% chance of getting trickster, 20% commando, and 20% naval invader. So unfortunately, he rolled the 40%, which is a nope. So this requires command power. We've now run out of command power, so we can't do any more. Just need to wait for the command power to grow to do another one. But relying on the RNG is kind of annoying. It'd be nice if it were like spies, you know, where you could basically select which spy you want. You could select what general you wanted. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? I suppose you are a slave to the RNG then. RNGs, just put your hands together. I always like to have a look at the international market and buy and subsidies and see what we can get. We don't need trucks. We don't need infantry equipment. We don't need artillery. Now, it was the planes that we wanted and we got the planes, so we're all good now. Germany is doing his Barbarossa while Greece is still holding. They really need to add a port here or a supply depot around this region because otherwise the AI always gets jammed here. I feel sorry for the AI. Improve the islands. The Falkland Islands now have... Hang on, it said we gained +3 naval dockyards, didn't we? And we'll go down this path anyway. Yeah, I'm going to just double check that. Improve the islands. Gains 2 naval dockyards in the Falklands, 2 naval dockyards in the South Georgia Islands. Yeah, there's 2. And then there's 2 here. The game says I've only got 2 though, even though I'm caught. Figure that one out. Figure that one out. Anyway, we're going to prune our production now. Just tweak it a little bit. And that'll be great for now. Remember, we are relying on Lend-Lease. And we are going to use Lend-Lease. But for the time being, our equipment is more advanced. So it'll have better stats overall, like soft attack and other stats. We're moving through Africa now, very slowly, through the railroads, even though there's no railroads here. So railroading with no railroads. What's the speed they're moving? 5 kilometers per hour. That's really bad because they sustain a lot of attrition. If you go on your army thing here, pick equipment, you can actually see the attrition they're experiencing, which is pretty awful all the way around. Navy. Efficient communications is the catch-all for if you don't want to know what to pick. And then installed aggression. Attack's pretty good. Also, defense is pretty good for navies too. These have recently been buffed. They used to be 20% chance. Now they're 50%, just in line with these ones as well. Yeah, I want to go for the defense. Having ships that have good HP seems to be the meta. Okay, they're in Gibraltar now, and I'm also going to tell them to do strike force in these regions. What they're doing is projecting naval power in these regions and denying naval invasions and allowing the allies to make naval invasions, which is going to be useful in the long run. Top it off, our president. He's going to be an offensive doctrine guy. And I want charismatic, but I want to hold on to this slot because if he levels up and he gets a logistics wizard, that's going to be way more useful than charismatic. Was he charismatic though? I want to know, guys. Is that actually true? Was Peron actually charismatic? Comment below. Boom. Spies. We see. Become the spy master. Boom. 4 more spies. I believe spy master is a mechanic for multiplayer to allow one player to have control of the spies so you don't have to micromanage it. I believe that's the case. Anyway, total mob for the production. Extensive conscription. And then do we do war goals, war bonds? Yes, that's all good. And also army logistics and regrouping. I mean, they're all useful traits. It's just if you're not assigning them, why not? Specialist, the National Heavy Guns Department, the top one's the best. This one makes anti-tank cheap as chips. This one allows construction speed for anti-air, which is kind of useful. But this one's the best. Plus attack and defense for artillery. Very good. Next. Acquire foreign designs, or technically this is the better one, 5% production output, so we'll do tank warfare even though we don't want to make tanks. I guess what we could do, this is something I always forget about every game, is go for engineers. So what I could do here is make this 81 days, and if I go for continuous focus of trade, well, research tech sharing, that's it, trading of research, it makes it go from 82 days to 58 days. That's not even that good. Anyway, we'll still stick on it anyway. All right, enemy ships in this region. There are none. So that means what I get to do is select my dude, front line, off you go. And now they're going to go through the Eastern Med, join up, and hold the ground for the Greeks. Now, this is the point that's super crucial because we need to have a civilian industry. And luckily, that's what we are building anyway. But we need to help the AI here by building naval dockyards in this region. We'll finish this one civilian. And then we'll start building here. And here they come. Here's the boys. Here comes the boy. Spy. Go for Stusa because that has the best stats. Going to put everything to Germany because Germany's the big bad guy of this campaign. I also spend political power on going for this, which allows us to get an extra building slot. which is in a region that I don't care too much about, but whatever. All right, we're in this pot now, and we have no supply, and that's why we have to build naval bases. Yeah, naval base. I always get naval base and naval.yards big up. I always get those, say them interchangeably as if they're the same thing. They're not. Ground supports, and then capital ships. I can always disable at any point. To be honest, I should, because I've got no command power now. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake. Actually, you know what? I've got so much political power, it doesn't even matter. I'll just take it off. Same with these guys as well. I said I was going to grind the commando, didn't I? I'm going back on what I previously said. Anyway, we're in position now. We're just waiting for supply. So F4 to shoot supply. It's red. It's awful. We're just waiting for these naval bases to finish, and they're going to give us a free supply depot in these regions. See, it's gone a little bit orange now, so we're getting a little bit of supply back. And all of a sudden, at any point now, we'll have good enough supply to make a push. And you can see on their side, if you look close, you can see that little red crate there. That indicates the enemy on the other side is suffering from attrition due to the lack of supply. So supply on our side, but not on their side, resulting in overall, well, an advantage in battle. Is that not obvious? Support equipment. Then we go for the engineer. And then we go for engineer 2 that allows us to go for the flame tanks. I just realized as well, another mistake I've just made, we don't even have tanks. So I can't even make a flamer, so I have to go for the tank program. Game's all about catch up. So here we go, a bit more supply now. One issue is the AI, when it spots that you've got supply, it'll move troops in and give more supply to that said region. And it's frustrating because it's like, hang on, I've just given you supply. Don't make another supply bottleneck. But it does. Anyway, let's make a push and see how far we get. And they're last standing. So that means they're going to take more HP damage than strength damage. That's HP and equipment. Well, manpower and equipment. You can see we are making a break. Push, gentlemen. Push. Liberate the Greeks from the oppression of the Greeks. That wasn't an actual joke. That's what I really mean. Greece is a beautiful country. It's a shame it's been ruined by the Greeks. Like Scotland as well. Oh, we're making enemies in this video, boys. We're making enemies. Boom. Another spy. Okay, as we're pushing northwards now, you can see we're connecting. You can see supply here is going by convoy. I don't want that. So how do I do that? Well, in that case, you connect up a railroad to that, and then it will not be needed to move a convoy. It will be all by train. Lend-lease, 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 lend-lease. More lend-lease. The guns now have an upgrade option from the Mayo, and it is soft attack. Of course I have to take that. Of course. Yeah, we're pushing now, not getting very fast. I'm just going to stop. Have a breath. Exercise back up to level 3 for full attack power. And then build another convoy naval base. See, I'm using the term supply, convoy, train, naval base, all interchangeably. Has this video gone confusing? Probably. More Lend-Lease. See, we're going behind on artillery and anti-air, hence the reason why we're getting it Lend-Leased in. And what's happening is, just so anyone who isn't aware, Marines, well, Special Forces overall, have less HP, meaning more damage they take, the more manpower losses you take, and the more equipment losses you take. Hence the reason why pushing against the front line you can't win with Special Forces is more counterproductive than regular infantry. If you look at a division at a similar size, like this is 23 combat worth, we have the HP of 201, but this one has 225, and this is actually a smaller division too. It's 18 combat worth. So you can see that means in combat, you will sustain more overall losses. And that's kind of what HP means, even though it's slightly difficult to explain. Does that make sense? A lot of air battles happening here. What I'm going to do is take them off aggressive and put them on careful. And then we will make a push when we have a good opportunity. I think the next spy is probably will be better off put into here. And then the other one will go into Italy. And the third one will go into Rome. It's always a good idea when you're covering areas for spies to go for the capital and then kind of stretch your front line. And then you can take advantage of these bonuses. Can you see this here? So this is based upon 1% strength. You are giving yourself... Oh, go away. You're giving yourself an naval invasion defense on the defensive and a planning speed bonus on the offensive. And also we're reducing their max entrenchment. It tends to win more effectively on the defensive than on the offensive. Because you end up denying them planning bonus, which is always something you always want to work for. All right, more supply has been enabled here. And I think to top it off as well, we could probably do with a little more AA here, but we can't build it here. Why can't we build AA here? We're in the Allies, right? Is this something they've recently changed? You can't build AA? Wow, you can't. You can build infrastructure, you can build airports, but you can't build AA. You cannot build anti-air in foreign territory. Well, do you know what, guys? I'm not keeping up with the current mayor because I never knew that was a recent change. Learning new things. All right, so we're covering Germany here, and then we are covering Italy as well, slowly building access into their territory, into gaining intelligence, becoming more intelligent, becoming smart. You can get the idea. Okay, we're going to go for limited exports. The difference between export focus and limited exports is kind of small. And it just gives us a little bit of access to more steel, which is something we're struggling with to keep the economy going. I suppose, is there any options to build infrastructure to get more steel? No. There's that one region here, but we've kind of queued that up and it only gains +2 steel. So is that worth it? Nah, not worth. Breaking through here is going to be so difficult because look at the amount of divisions they've got. If you zoom back, they'll consolidate. So look here, we've got 24 divisions. Greece is 84. I think that's the total of the allies, by the way, not just Greece. Ethiopia, which is a neutral party, I guess, fighting against the Axis. And then the total of the Axis of 103 divisions. How insane is that? There's just so many divisions. This is a massive traffic jam. It is what it is. Anyway, we're going to move over now, our Air Force, and we're going to build up the Athens airport to max so we can try and squeeze as many planes as possible. This is always worth doing because in the long run, the Allies are always going to have better planes and more planes than the Axis. So if you can increase the air capacity, you'll win the air war in the long run. And we will win in the long run. We will. Okay, tank development is done. We're waiting on Engineer 2. And top that off as well. I'm going to hop off technology sharing and continue down our focus tree. Political power is not a problem anymore. We're getting 3.3 political power per day, which is insane. So I am going to finally crack down on corruption. Corruption is going to be uncorrupt. And the result of this is you gain all these bonuses. Oh, it's the opposite. So not only do you lose the -10, you actually gain a +10. So overall, it's a 20% difference. Oh, okay. I don't like that when you get rid of corruption, you get fascism, though. Why? Anyway, the reason we're doing this, by the way, is because just that it's that construction penalty. Overall, we've got the political power. We could not have any more political power, so I am eternally thankful for what we do have. Okay, Mayos, we're going for everything that's to do with medium tanks. Queue them all up. There you go. Once again, we need to make a medium flamer, which is the most ideal flame because it has the best stats for attacking different terrain types. How's the supply situation? It's looking good on the front. So it shows red here, but remember, the supply lines are for the front line anyway, so that should be good. There's nowhere else I can really build a port. Build one here, but then it's not really adjacent to the front. I suppose there could be a good one here. Do we do that? Yeah, do it. More war bonds. Be aware, war bonds will lose you war support as well as lose you some political power when you press it. So just an FYI. I'm actually tempted to do the heavy flame meta. I'm not doing it in a really long time because they nerfed it to death, but we'll do it just for the video because it's going to be funny. In that case, we'll have to adjust the Mayo and go for the one that gives the big bonus for heavies. So cue the list, clear the list, and then we have heavy tanks, and then production, and then the heavy tank production bonus. Production, armor defense. Yes. There we go. Queue them all up in the right order that time. So the heavy tank flame meta was an old strat that had limited effectiveness even at its peak. However, it was allowed you to add a lot of armor to a division that would normally not have armor. Plus, it gets the benefits of the flamethrower. Anyway, you'll see. Next focus is going to be tank design. But I was already doing tank design. No, we're doing more tank design. So I'm going to attack here. I'm going to see what's going to happen. The AI thinks friendly air support is adding a bonus, but the enemy is superior. It's actually true, because if you zoom back, you can actually see that the amount of divisions they've got is very high. But let's do a probing attack and just see how we do. Yeah, we're getting obliterated. We're not actually making much luck here. We're breaking them a little bit. It's just not enough to be effective. So what you wouldn't do is push into one location and consolidate your troops into one spot. And see if I can break through here. No. Attack through to here. Nah. Once again, they're suffering from a big supply penalty. Can you see that? It's a big penalty, but what difference does it make? They've still got a bajillion divisions here. The biggest penalty, well, the biggest thorn in the side that the AI is experiencing right now is that they're suffering from 1,000 bits of attrition from just sitting their troops here. So eventually it's going to burn into their back end here, and eventually they're going to start losing the war in the east. 2 fronts, Germany. Will that ever work? Never. I tried 3 or 4 in World War I, but that did not help them either. Armor. Yes, you need armor for this strategy. So now we've got building slots due to disperse industry. We're going to go for all the 100% regions. You already know this. Oh, actually, we don't want mills. We want civs. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. And fix those up. Finish the port, and then finish the airport as well. And now we're getting some good numbers in this region. We're going to go for Engineer 3 immediately because it has bonuses for flamers as well. So let's show you a good flamer, shall I? So flamer, we're going to go for a small possible turret, the cheap one. Then we have the flamethrower, well duh. Then we're going to go for cast armor is a hard one. Rivet is probably going to be better. And then top it off as well, we need to wait for the new armor upgrade, which is sloped armor. So boom, we go for that. The reliability is horrendous. To fix reliability, we're going to have to go for a Christie suspension. And then maybe wet ammo storage. I don't think you can have more than one of those, I think. No, you can't. Diesel for the reliability. Oh, in that case, we can take off the wet ammo. Oh, no, you still need it. Wet ammo has to be fast enough to actually move. It's too slow. Still too slow. Why have I lost all the speed? This has actually become impossible to move unless I go for a bigger engine. Okay, so in that case, we desperately need upgrades then. So in that case, I'm going to have to go for the engine 1. Oh, that sucks. Tank warfare. Focus on domestic production. Extra 5% output is good. Okay, can we roll into the general? I just want to give it a go. I'm not giving up on this. Roll. We have a new general, and he is a old guard. Boo. And he is also a commander. You're joking me. I actually do roll a commando. And it turns out he's absolutely rubbish. Because he's an old guard. You know what? I'm also going to go for proper heritage, which gives a bonus here to leader XP of 10%. Meaning leaders will gain XP quicker in this case. The generals. Even though he does suffer from a penalty of 25%. Oh, I thought it was 10%, 25% because he's an old guard. He's stuck in his ways. He can't get his mind out of World War I. Anyway, next up, foreign advisors. Basic engine is followed by basic engine 2. Because if it's no longer basic, it's improved. Improved engine. Agent captured. Capture. Free the agent. Oh, Italy. Okay, Italy is the new front. The Soviet front has stalled. And then they're still putting a ridiculous amount of troops on the front here. But luckily, there's no more supply problems. So they finally fixed the supply issue. Next up, we're going to go for increase army professionalism. You must be very professional to be in this army. This is also interesting. When you've gone for foreign advisors, there's an option to basically do drills with other countries. Just click them all. And you gain a bunch of bonuses for certain troop types. It's really good. There's no reason you shouldn't do it. So click it. Anyway, we can make our tank now. Oh, 29 days for the basic heavy. I think I'll wait for that. Okay, we do not need guns now. So what we'll do is we'll assign all of our guns onto the tanks when we start making them. Do you know what I'm half tempted to do now? Is actually help out the Brits and take in Italy. So go here, and see if they go. Yeah, they will go. There's a chance they'll get intercepted, but at this point I have to do something in this war. I can't just sit on my hands forever, right? Oh, please, Dave, do nothing in the whole video. That'll make a fun video, right? No. Well, looks like the Italian Navy's been absolutely destroyed because I managed to move across the Med here with absolutely no problems. Oh, and there's an opportunity to push here because there's a few divisions here. The eastern flank looks a little bit more exposed. Ah, no, it's not. I saw straight away that the bubbles all turned to red, so I knew straight away that I couldn't sustain that for a long duration. Mexico wants to join the war. And also an option for Lend-Lease from America for more planes. I will take that. Option for an improvement for the artillery. I will take that too. Now, this is confusing because we have two dudes in prison here, two spies. If you look closely, one of them's in the prison for Italy and one of them's in the prison for Germany. So you have to rescue both of them. It's a little bit clear the game doesn't make it aware that where they're captured. It'd be nice to have a little flag next to them to make you aware of that. But the game doesn't let you know that. Okay, we're talking about heavy tanks now, right? So cheapest turret, we're going to go for a flamer. Do you know what another thing you could do is you could go for the fixed superstructure. And that gives you reliability. Yeah, okay, we should have done that to begin with, actually. Lessons are being learned here, boys. Armor is crucial. Reliability is crucial. We're going to go for welder because it's the mix of both and doesn't make it too expensive. Top that off, we are going to go for armor. It's all about stacking armor, this strategy. And that's all we can do for now. And then we need a little bit more speed. That is the minimum threshold. Ooh, it's a Churchill. Nice. So in a perfect world, well, in a perfect world, this isn't perfect. There's ways we could improve it. But for now, this is good. Next, we're going to make it a flamer. That means it loses all of its stats. But we have got 47 armor on this, which is still pretty impressive for what it is. All right. We don't need any more guns anymore. In fact, that's not true. That's not true. We probably 1 mil. That'd be 1 mil. That'd be fine. Just a little trickle of guns. Just a trickle. Also, for the artillery, we take off most of those as well. Assign everything here. Then we're going to have to import a sick number of chromium. We'll get that from Turkey. And then we'll adjust our steel imports from America as well. Engine is ready. Do we do more engine? Do we do more heavy? Yeah, sure. And we'll also make it aware that this needs to be auto upgrades if need be. Lend-Lease? Yes, I accept the Lend-Lease from Poland. Poland, who doesn't exist, but they have planes and they're willing to Lend-Lease them. That's really kind of them, isn't it? You don't even have any, but you're willing to Lend-Lease to me. Man, I'm filling up with tears here, boys. Let's go for night vision. One of the probably the best upgrades in the game, and this one's pretty OP too, even though it's stupid late. Now we're producing those heavy tanks. However, we're just not producing that many of them, and it's making me a bit sad that. But our economy is not very strong either. Are we a major power yet? Major powers? Let's have a look. Majors? No. I think the issue is we're trying to catch up with everyone else, and we can't do that. Increase professionalism. Be professional. Special forces programs. The Kingdom of Italy has declared war on the Kingdom of Italy. I'm going to attack with you guys now because everything's disorganized and all over the place. No one's organized. Entrenchment's been broken. The divisions aren't in proper order, so just attack. Mussolini lives on. Has the spy been liberated because of that? No. We place all the spies anyway, and then we'll eventually let that spy out of prison here. But when he finishes his order, boom! Improved armor protection. Oh, Yugoslavia's back. See the allies? Oh, that's scary for Germany. And that looks like a Soviet attack. Oh wait, is it though? Is it though? Okay, we have the option to add more armor onto our tanks. So let's do that. Boom, an extra 5 armor. However, it's too slow now, so we have to add more engine. And then a little bit more. There we go. Okay, let's add on the flamer onto our infantry. So boom, here it goes. This will add a total of 24 armor. That is impressive. Okay, I'll admit most troops are going to pierce this. Most divisions will get through this without any issue. However, if there's a weak division without any piercing, for whatever reason, because Germany's getting weak, which it normally does at this point in the game, this is going to be awesome. Plus, if you look at this, have a look, pay attention, have a look. Look at this. Look at all those bonuses. Particularly if you look closely, like attack of force 25%, forest 10%, urban, jungle. You get the idea. You need this. You need this. So get it. One issue now is now behind on flamers by 100 days. That's not too bad. Pop construction and then pop excavation because we need the resources right now. We're squeezing our economy a lot to get this war economy going, so it's kind of hard to maintain our production while still competing with the rest of the world. We're trying anyway. I've also forgotten that one of my miles hit level 6, which is the infantry guy. So what I can do is select a policy, and the easiest policy to go for is reliability. And the biggest bonus from this is that when you improve the reliability of your raw guns, which is a little bit late, I'll admit, because we're now not producing guns, but it means that they get recovered. If they have more than 90% reliability, there's a chance when they're lost in active combat, they can be repaired and put back into the field. So you can see here, infantry equipment over the last 12 months, we lost 1,500. 721 of those was from attrition, and 1,500 was from combat. And you can see these are the ones that were recovered. Basically, they were so reliable, so well made, these Argentine weapons, that they were able to be recovered, fixed, and then sent back into the field once again. Big continuous circle. I just realized we've not done the Marines technologies. Marines 2 isn't done. What I could do, if I was going to be sneaky, is I could research Marines 2 in 120 days. Then do this one, and it might give me Marines free for free. That's usually the way the game mechanics work, normally. Or maybe I might bug it, because usually when this finishes, it gives 5% soft attack on org. Maybe I can get them both. We're about to break the game here, boys. Double stacking technology. Okay, now the Germans are struggling with their northern front, and western front, eastern front, and southern front. Every front is not looking too good, and we're going to try and do a push in this Greek front. That never hasn't made much ground, and we're actually making gains now. Oh, this is good. And also the final doctrine is Dunzoed, and also I get the option to smear smize all over the map. There we go. I see everything. I see you. The Eye of Sauron. Strong Marine Force. Marines 2 is complete. Will this complete too? I think that's researched it twice. And there's no way of knowing because I didn't look what the previous number was. I think I've doubled up on that 5% soft attack there. Nice. Amphibious tank unlocks for free. 35-day focus. Don't mind if I do. But still, I'm still going to go for Marines 3 for that 5% org. I'll take it. Okay, we're going to do women in the workforce now for that 3% recruitable. We lose a bit of stability. And we're about to lose a final part of our manpower. So that's why I want to get it back. Oh, man. Not looking too good for German-occupied France. No longer occupied. You catch my drift. Spy. So we've got a decision here. We could either go for the air XP to go for paratroopers, or we go for the land XP. Oh, this is a tough one. Oh, we don't have paratroopers research, though. However, when we do become a major power, though, we will have an option for another slot. So we will get all 3 at some point or another anyway. Why do you do this to me? The deal is this war might be over before I get to the bottom of the focus tree anyway to get the extra attack. So in that circumstance, I'm going to go for the Mountaineers. The reason I want the Mountaineers is to take advantage of the Mountaineer troops, which is Rangers, which you can see they have a big attack bonus into mountains. There you go. The army focus tree is complete. No lies. All the focus tree bonuses here are actually pretty sweet. I like this one. Extinguish all South American fascism. Yes, let's do that. I know we talked about that a lot earlier, but now I actually finally get to click the button. Okay, can we add on the Marines with Mountaineers? Pioneers, is that it? Is that the one I want? No, it's Rangers I want, not Pioneers. What Pioneers actually do? They had extra breakthrough for Marines. Oh, no. An extra river attack? Do I need this? I don't think so. Actually, what difference would it have made? Let me just double check. If I was to add this on, this will give me additional 17 breakthrough. That's not bad. It gives initiative. Oh, it's an entrenchment, actually. Nah, I don't need that. I don't need that. Finally, the west and the east is divided. Big gap in the front. The slip has become a slide. RAF cooperation giving air mission efficiency. That's pretty good. Sure, we don't have an air force, but it would be cool if we did. Okay, any building slots left? They are going to be used now to construct mills. We'll finish the game with a bunch of mills. Oh no, the supply is bad again. I just don't want to fight in this part of the world anymore. I think we're going to join the Western Front. In fact, we'll make a field marshal front line and just go here. So I do rely on battle planning quite a lot, and I'll admit, I know you guys enjoy the micro more. So what I'll do is the next video after this one will be a big Germany campaign, and I will micro with big fat tank divisions just for you. That one guy in the comments goes, why don't you micro? Well, I'll micro the next game. Next. There's no part of Germany that I don't see. I see everything. A careful attack. Just want to attack north of the Maginot and north of the West Wall. So you can see here, I'm aiming more northwards here, where the Maginot starts here at Metz. And there we go, nice push. Dunkirk them from the other side. It's doing a good job of pushing forward here. Made an encirclement, that's good. And then the push, once again, north of Luxembourg to maintain the momentum. I'm curious to see who I get a war goal against. I think it's probably going to be just Peru, isn't it? Yep, it's Peru. Oh, and Venezuela too. Okay. Okay, this is where they're going to excel. Because remember, I've got Marines here. They've not got Pioneers. However, they're still Marines. So the attack advantage is bigly in regions with rivers and marshes, which is what the lowlands are all about, right? Dutch viewer, did you relate to this? This is something I always like to do. I like to push through the south here and connect up right there. And you usually always make an encirclement. And there you go, There you go, I got three divisions. It's not massive, but it's something. Infantry expert. Does that even apply because they're Marines? I don't think so. We'll go aggressive now on the command. So here I'll go aggressive and just attack directly into the belly of Germany. What tends to happen is if you've made a break and it's slipped and they're sliding and they can't maintain their front lines, in this circumstance what you do is that when you push into them, they can't hold entrenchment or bring divisions up quick enough. So you end up just kind of like swallowing them as they move forward. As you move forward too, I'm also changing the front line. Just modifying it ever so slightly. Go, go, go. Are we a major power yet? No? Major power? Let's have a look. Major open country list. Major powers. No. I think we will become a major power when we take land in the peace conference and we get like an influx of factories. That's when it'll change. Oh, attacking Denmark's usually worth it as well at this point. We'll declare war on Denmark. Nope. Punishment for Denmark for surrendering. Your mistake was giving up too easily, Denmark. As you can see, you're pushing over the straits, and it usually is kind of easy to do because you've got Marines again. And the penalty for your naval invasion penalty has got a lot smaller than what you would normally experience. And eventually we can break them. Yeah, and you can see we are slowly chipping away at them. It's not an instant push, but it's something. Oh, there we go. Boom. We have capped the Danes a second time. Actually, they never capped the first time, did they? Oh, well, they could never get away from being capped. So we gained a war goal on Venezuela, Peru. Yeah, just those two. Chile announces naval expansion. The legacy of the naval race has ended. You know, I'm never a big fan of this mechanic because it just means that South America can't keep up with the naval race around the world. You can get rid of it quickly by rushing down that part of the Army-Navy focus tree. But, yeah, there should be a way of getting rid of it with a button, you know? I'm just saying. Ooh. But for a second, my president can get logistics wizard, but he can't. Marines! Oh, we're so close to that 10% attack. It's going to come a little bit late, though, isn't it now? Liberated. Denmark. And now you have a new occupier. Now I want to do something fun. That's right. This has all been a bore. Now we do the real fun stuff. We're going to do a naval invasion from here. This is not going to work. To here. Yes. Then we have to bring our navy back now. Is this even possible we can cover this region? We're about to find out. Strike force here, here, and here. I guess what I could do is just base them in a neutral port, because we're in allies together, aren't we, with Chile? Yeah. Ooh, trucks. We're low on trucks? Oh my goodness, we are. We'll add one to the queue. Hey! Commando specialist! Da 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 da. We finally got him right at the end of the game. Isn't that fun? And he gets replaced by the capital ship attack guy. So 5% attack for special forces. If you got higher levels, he could have got 10% or 50%, depending on if he got from a specialist to an expert to a genius. But it's a little bit late for him. We tried. Once again, the biggest penalty for this guy is bloody this. Old guard. He's got an obsession with trenches. Get over it, bro. Come on. Move on. Move on with the world. Everyone else has moved on. Why don't you move on? We cancel that front line and go back here, because the front line for Vienna is the final front line. Go, go, go. All right, what are the casualties? People always ask me this. So I have to be classed as a minor. I took 324k off Germany, 68k off Italy, Bulgaria 40k. Wow, Bulgaria really pulled their weight there. And Germany lost 9.88 million, 4.9. Well, that's the Soviet Union. 1.9 was the UK. 1.1 to France. And I was 4th place with 700k. Wow. Okay, we're going to move a bunch of spies over now. Lima, 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 Lima. Everyone wants to move to Lima. Is it everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all the spies. This does not result in much gain. There's diminishing returns when you stack spies on top of each other, but you do gain some progress. However, it is diminishing returns, so it is probably better to spread them out. However, there is no option to spread them out, because for some reason the spies are hard capped and where you can place them. Don't ask me why, it's just the way the game has always worked. Game just works like that, okay? Oh, there we go. Germany is dead. I don't really care anymore, because that's not my part of the world anymore. But I am all about stamping out fascism. So let's go back home and plan a naval invasion, I guess. No more fascism in South America. Can we get that in the comments below? We improve relations with America so we can get a little bit more steel imports, because for some reason they won't give us any more. Oh, now it's suddenly gone up maximum. Just because we've improved relations by a tiny amount? Was that it? Okay, no production is happening now. Oh no. United States. No, they won't give us anything. So there's in-game, there's an opinion a nation has of you, and there's also a trade opinion. If you improve regular opinion, you get more trade opinion, and that will result in you allowed to take more resources from that said country. But for some really weird reason, it won't give me any more resources. I think because it has better relations with the UK, I think. There we go. We've got access to all these areas. So it looks like we will be able to do a naval invasion. Good. So who is the last major in the Axis? Is it Bulgaria? I think it is. How are they a major power when I'm not, huh? No lie, in this peace conference, I'm going to be taking a lot. I have a choice right now. Do I declare on Peru now and they'll join the Axis? Or do I declare after the Axis fails and then they'll join Japan's faction? I'll do it now. And they have joined the East Prosperity Sphere. So I'm out at war with Japan. Has the naval invasion worked? It has. Placing the ships is the hard part to get naval supremacy so you can actually activate this. Otherwise, you get a bit stuck. It makes me incredibly nervous doing this, though, because they have to move such a massive duration over the ocean before they reach the point where they need to be. There we go. Can it be done? We're going to find out. Also, naval invasion support. Could do that to get a little bit shore bombardment. And there seems to be nobody here. Oh, no, there is. Something from a penalty of 50%. Ah, it's peanuts. Peanuts. And then just run across the country. Oh, that was so easy. Once again, just spread out like a spider's web and just go everywhere. Attack, be aggressive. Go, go, go. Oh, they're attacking Chile as well. Oh, I guess I could have connected the borders up. I always presume that the Allies won't join my war. I know, but they will join because now we're in a rival faction. Boom. That's all the most important cities taken, right? I think. Knock out the supply. You'll be in a good position. Like, yeah, here. Then we cut off the north and south. Supply depot in the south. And then technically they've got no supply because there's no supply ports anywhere. Capital city in the jungles. Peru, where are you? Oh, it's one of those nations you have to like completely take out the entirety of the nation for them to surrender. That's okay. I'll do that. Peru has capitulated and we have full control of their nation. Nice. Meanwhile, naval invasion from here to Venezuela. You can see here, the production here doesn't really matter. You notice that artillery is something that the Allies produce a lot of. Infantry equipment as well as support equipment. So a lot of time you can have that Lend-Lease in. But for some reason, anti-air, they don't seem to make much of it. And everything else, they won't make much of either. As long as you're making enough of what you need, you'll be okay. Everything else, you'll have to make at home. And yay, special forces. We get a plus 10% attack and cold acclimatization. Does anyone actually care about that? It's nice that the devs didn't forget about it, though. That's nice. Damn, I'm giving lots of respect here to Bulgaria. Holding on, lad. And we have run out of building slots, have we? Yes, we have. What do you do here at this point? What do you do? Build infrastructure everywhere? I guess. Developing for the future of Argentina. Okay. Shift right click to disable these. Go here. They're the regions we're going to cover. Naval invasion support will give shore bombardment, which is very similar to air superiority. And then we can do the naval invasion order in 13 days. Air points. Do we spend them? Sure. Even though we don't have an air force. That does not make sense. Do we have a few planes that we've stole? Yeah, we do. Deploy them all. G to merge them. And we'll right click them, add them onto you, and do air superiority and close air support. Whoa, Lend-Lease! These are all planes. So now they've seen you've got partial air wings. They want to Lend-Lease you all the planes so you've got full air wing sizes. But the problem now is I have no convoys. Are they going to Lend-Lease me convoys now? Nice. Oh, yeah, and the spies. Yeah, don't forget, we need to do the full stack. 1, 2, 3. So remember what I said earlier? When you max your spy network, you gain naval invasion defense. But does that work on the other side? Work both ways? I'm actually not certain. Anyway, naval invasion is ready. Declare war on Venezuela. We activate the plan. The convoys are okay for now because we reserve them for this specific naval invasion. However, if we wanted to execute a new naval invasion, we wouldn't be able to do it because you need some in reserve to select them. And here we go. Venezuela pushing into the Amazon rainforest, and there comes our naval invasion. And boom, annihilated. Peru is one of the hardest nations to take out with a naval invasion. But on the other hand, Venezuela is easy because their capital is plains. Actually, no, it's desert. I never knew the capital. Oh, I think they've changed that. That wasn't always desert, was it? So in the comments, it's going to be like, Dave, don't you play Hoi? Don't you understand that that's always been like that? Sorry. And there you go. We eat the nation from the inside. It's so much easier than invading through the jungles or the mountain ranges, you know? And as you can see right now, we're doing a jolly good job. Boosh, boosh, boosh. For some reason, this has been given to the United States. Why? Why? Oh, I realize I've not run out of building slots, have I? Because I could build inside of... No, I can't build inside Peru. They've got no slots. Fair enough. Well, we're at that point in the game again. Here we are. Boom. And boom. Land everywhere. It's nice when you can do that. Hey, you know what happens here? Do we bother spreading them out? A little bit. It is time. Go. Merge all the boys up and attach to that guy's army. Let's go! I don't want to build any suspense here, but this is it. This is the big one. Boom. Oh, that was so satisfying. Oh. Time for ASMR with feedback gaming. Here you can see the Argentine invasion of the Japanese mainland. Done as if like there were no Japanese there to begin with. Marines very strong. Very OP. Sad that this guy only got to a specialist. You noob. And yeah, it's pretty much done now. GG. Yeah, the amount of attack power that these guys have got now is absolutely brutal. Told you, maxed out special forces are insane. And if you want a nation that does special forces, the very best is Britain. Because you start with a genius commando to begin with for your high command. So therefore, the hardest part is already done for you. All you need to do is grind those special forces traits and then just pew and it's done. Okay, I'm just going to right click on the victory points now. You know the meta. Right click and then you're done. Boom. I always forget about this island as well. Right up here, you can right click and move over them all in one go. There you go, Japan has capped. Surprisingly, the Axis haven't capped though because Bulgaria still stands. That's actually funny. For some reason, I can't click Peru. Can't select because the demand is too expensive. No way. No way. Britain would like access to this territory. Britain, you've got enough colonies, all right? You've had enough. China would like a piece of Venezuela. No, that's kind of funny, right? Ah, no way. I can't take those chunks. God damn, South America is my territory. Get out of here. Get out of here. So I actually invaded Japan. Okay. You know what I got for it? Peru. That was actually kind of funny. No, that's okay. Meanwhile, it's still happening. Look at the size of that Bulgarian tank. It's so stupid. In this timeline, Nazis did not escape to Argentina. They escaped to Bulgaria, where they stayed in this perpetual pocket. I have to bring our Air Force over here, aren't we? To finish them up. Come on, guys, let's end this. Yes, this was the hardest maneuver of World War II. It was getting enough spies inside of Bulgaria's capital. Hey, we're on the last bit now, and it's all owned by the Soviet Union, meaning I can't get to it. Hang on, what nation is this? Oh, this is Socialist Bulgaria. Oh, that explains why. All right, there we go. This is the end now. The end. Okay, we can go for charismatic. All of a sudden, he gets really charming in his older age. Boom, right click, and there we go. So it looks like we're losing here, but what happens is, as they lose org, to reactivate the battle, as they lose org, they will de-org immediately. You can see one by one. We are done. Once again, it looks like we're losing, but we're actually not. Just keep maintaining the attack, keep going, and then they'll de-org and de-org. If you get really lucky, you might actually reinforce meme them, meaning that they can't reinforce quick enough, and they all just instantly die. They're all Germans as well. Oh my goodness. Before the Germans come. What would the Germans go now when Argentina is a part of the Allies? Pop. And that's it. Done. I kind of want to grab land that has factories, because that way it's going to give me the ability to become a major power, right? Yeah, I think I want to do that. I'm going to take a chunk of Denmark, because why not? Hitting demand 1,000 times because they keep contesting it. Okay, I can't even take any of that land. It's that piece of land that they want. Okay. Unfortunately, the land I get is unbelievably ugly. Oh my goodness. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Oh, that's ugly Soviet Union there. What is this? The Caspian sausage. Oh, no way. That's kind of cool because I don't see it very often, but at the same time, I'm like, ew. Does Germany still exist? Oh, the AI has actually done a good job this time. They've actually got rid of the German Reich. I got all of Jutland because I deserve it. Oh, and then Denmark's capitulated again. And I can't take anything because I don't know a war score. Britain took this island. Oh, that's Denmark. And then, oh, we have 2 Denmarks. Okay. A treaty with Brussels. Oh, something special is about to happen. What could it be? The North Atlantic Treaty. Boom, 90 days. +1 operative slots. Acceptance of communism -15. The Allies will now be known as NATO. Have you heard of NATO before? Apparently some of you Russia lovers love NATO. I've heard you're big fans. We could still appease the Axis, even though the Axis don't even exist. For some reason, it thinks the Axis is British Italy and the German Republic. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, we have the Federal Republic of Germany now. European Trade Cooperation. This is new, right? I've never seen this before. Oh, look, he's a member of it too. By the way, this is base game, by the way, and no mods that affect the base game vanilla aspect. So France is in it, EU, Germany's in it, Luxembourg is not, and neither is Belgium. Okay. And Italy isn't in it either. So the EU was founded by Germany and also founded by France. Surprisingly, there's 2 democratic Germanys too. Oh, I love this game. Apparently the new enemy of the Allies is Iran now. NATO, always looking for trouble. I mean Iran. I mean Allies. That's what I meant. Whoa, Communist China. Whoa, they must have got a big chunk of the peace conference. They basically took all the Japanese land. Now they're separated. Ooh, what happens next? I just realized I've done crackdown on corruption, but I still got it. Oh no, this is the different version. The one that gives you the bonuses. I get it now. I get it. I prefer the political power anyway. Iran is controlled by the Iraqi Republic. Saddam would be so happy. We have the beginning of the next chapter. Boom. We have NATO. And that is actually kind of a scary world. The most scariest fact that I've tried so hard and I'm still not a major power. Oh well, I tried. Even though, hang on, Chile is a major power? Oh, actually quite big. Oh yeah, they're actually bigger than me. Well, if I was to become a major, I'd have to overtake Chile. That would be the next goal. And this is the world that we have. It's kind of historical in a way. I suppose the next thing would happen would be the Chinese Civil War, wouldn't it? And then we would have North South Korea, and then Vietnam would happen. The beginning of the long peace. If you enjoyed my content, thank you for becoming a member. Your name is on screen right now, and I love you. And I hope you enjoy those early access videos. I love you, I respect you, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.